Go ahead and crack open that bank app because it's time to make us a little bit of money with B Shynin's bets.
Hey, Ray, I know your club got gambling.
Boy, they really be trying to pull one on your boy sometimes, huh? Last week, let's just get right into it. Let's get to the losses first. I told you to take the Buccaneers. They were 5.5-point dogs going to Buffalo. Baker and the boys just couldn't get it close enough as they lose by 8. And then I told you to take the Vikings as they were 2.5-point favorites against the Bears. They outright lost the game. I think as we come down to the end of the season and we have, a better education on what these teams will actually do, these lines are going to shrink a little bit, and some of them are going to widen a little bit too. So I think you're going to have, short little spreads, and then you'll have some big spreads, some big 12, 13, 14-point spreads as we chuck on down to the end of the season. Oh, and the final loss, I told you to take the Rams. Golly, we lost by half a point. We lost this one by half a point. I told you to take the Rams. They were 2.5-point favorites against the Seahawks. They won the game by 2. Close but no cigar.
Damn.
It's okay, though. We got 2 dubs last week. This one we won by the skin of our teeth, too. I told you to take the Dolphins. They were 2.5-point favorites against the Commanders. We cashed in on that. And we also cashed in on those 49ers. That was the easiest bet of the week. They were 2.5-point favorites at the Arizona Cardinals. Moving on to week 12. Put your money on the Vikings this week, man. They're fighting for their playoff lives as they go to Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, he had a knee injury last week. Not sure if he's going to give it a go against the Vikings. I'm not sure if the Vikings are going to win, but they're going to keep it competitive. The Packers they're mid. They're not that good. The Vikings should keep it close as the Vikings going into Lambeau Field. 6.5-point dogs. Come on, J.J. McCarthy and them should be able to keep that within 6. I believe they can. Put your money on the Vikings. And here's one of those large spreads I was talking about. The Lions, they are at home taking on the Giants. They're a 10.5-point favorites at Ford Field. I'm thinking the Lions are going to pound the Giants.
Pause. That was crazy.
The Giants got Jameis Winston in there. They're on the road. Detroit typically plays very, very well at home in that dome. Jared Goff, he certainly plays better in the dome, as you see what he did last week outside. But yeah, I think Detroit might blow out the Giants this week. This might be a Lions ass kicking. Put your money on the Lions, 10.5-point favorites against the Giants. And then the Cleveland Browns. Boy, they got some serious defense over there. Myles Garrett, can you imagine him with the Chiefs? The Chiefs just needing a sack. That's what Brett Veach needs to do. He needs to make a super splash on defense. Go get Myles Garrett, fam. Go do it. Anyway, the Browns and Myles Garrett, they're headed to Vegas. They're 3-point dogs. They got Shador starting this game, I think. But I'm putting my money on the Browns, man. That defense is just way too good. The Raiders, they suck. Brock Bowers, he's good. Ashton Genty, he's decent. He's okay. I think Cleveland has answers for those two. And especially if they can get the Raiders in passing situations where Myles Garrett can go attack, yeah, give me the Browns to keep it at least within 3 against the Raiders. And then you got the Cowboys versus the Eagles going down in Dallas. The Cowboys, they're on the brink. They're fighting for their playoff lives as well. Eagles have not looked spectacular in any game this year. I think the Cowboys can keep it within 4.5 as they are dogs against the Eagles. Put your money on them Cowboys for that 4.5-point spread. And then I'm taking the Jaguars. They look good. They look more efficient. That offense is moving. They're going to Arizona too. Jacoby Brissett.
This man was a bona fide scrub.
Take the Jaguars. Put your money on them. 2.5-point favorites going to Arizona.
Sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona.
I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona.
Fit check. Yeah, that's me.
Well, the secret is you got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate.
Not really a lot to talk about with the uniforms from the NFL in week 11. I have 4 favorites. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. You know I love me a division rivalry uniform matchup. Shout out to the Bengals for not wearing black pants. Pretty sure they did that on purpose going to Pittsburgh where they're, black is one of their primary colors. But shout out to the Bengals for rocking those orange pants. Matches beautifully with the orange helmet with the stripes. Pittsburgh always looking good. Just block numbers, please. At some point, block numbers, Pittsburgh. The 49ers at Cardinals. Boy, was this a beautiful matchup. I wasn't expecting this. Shout out to the 49ers for rocking the Red Sox with their beautiful roll uniforms. And then the Cardinals with their best uniform look, that all black. It looks good. Looks damn good. Especially going up against the 49ers. That was an A+ versus A+ look right there. And then Panthers and Falcons. Woo! Them Falcons, boy, when they do it right, they look good. Black jerseys, white pants, black socks. Panthers. Man, they've been killing it this year. They have been a mainstay on Fit Check. And it's because they keep rocking the sky blue. It looks good. Sky blue pants, white jerseys with the white socks. Just get rid of the silver helmet. Y'all know how I stand on that. But the Panthers still with an A+ look right there. And then, look, Buffalo had the Standing Bill OJ uniforms cracking. And I loved them. They look good. It was an A+ versus A+ matchup. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we often don't see them wear this combination because they like to wear white jerseys at home. But when they wear the red on pewter,
Lord have mercy.
it caught me by surprise. I forgot how good that damn uniform looked. How in the hell were they wearing alarm clock jerseys after these uniforms, man? It's just, sometimes in life we like to go through styles and fashions, and I guess we thought that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers needed to make a switch up when they never really needed to switch up from these current uniforms that they have. That was a good look that they had going against Buffalo. These NFL rivalries uniforms, I don't know what the point is. None of these uniforms scream rivalry to me. You know what screams rivalry? Old school traditional uniforms. That's what screams rivalries to me. Now, what the Patriots had, it wasn't bad. It looked fine. This is just another opportunity for Nike to sell some jerseys, for the NFL to sell some merch. I get it. It's cool. Okay, a break from something different real quick. But New England coming out with a soft blue, a soft gray blue color. It's okay. You know what they should have did with that look? They should have had Pat the Patriot instead of having the Flying Elvis logo. They should have went with the old school Patriots logo and had that on there instead of. And maybe I will warm up to it a little bit more. But as it stands, these rivalry uniforms have not impressed me a lot. The Cardinals was fine, except for the fact that they look like tortillas. But the Rams rivalries uniforms, I definitely don't get this one. This wasn't even a night game, and y'all wanted to promote this dark blue, almost black color. It doesn't go with the Rams. It's almost as bad as the gray uniform. Okay, I can't say that because the gray Rams uniforms, they're bad. Those rivalry uniforms aren't that bad. But this is just the NFL trying to compete with the NBA. That's what it is. The NBA, they got those city jerseys, or they always coming out with a different color scheme. Like, imagine the Chiefs wearing some city uniforms, but they're blue. Like the city of Kansas City, the city of Kansas City logo with the fountains is blue and red and white. So what if the Chiefs came out with some blue uniforms, bro? And the Chiefs are going to have an opportunity with these rivalry uniforms in a couple years, in 2027, I believe, 2027. I think that's when the AFC West is turn for these rivalry uniforms. I am not looking forward to it for the Chiefs because they're going to come out with some goofy ass design for the Chiefs. And I hope that Clark Hunt stands his ground with Nike and says, hell no. I will be interested to see what they come up with, though. Will I be buying me a Rivalry's Chiefs jersey? You betcha bottom dollar I will.
Duh.
Still, I don't get the point of the Rivalry's uniform. Somebody explain it to me. Coming up this week, Colts at Arrowhead. They're probably going to rock the all-white, White Sox. And the Chiefs, you already know how we going to come looking. Sharp as hell with the red jerseys, white pants with the gold stripe. I done took enough of your time. That is the pod for this week. Thank you so much for lending your time to Brian's World. And make sure you tap in with Foolish Club Media. Rate, subscribe, review, share, comment, like. Send it to your people. Send it to your grandma. Send it to your auntie. All at Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And, of course, you can catch us on YouTube. While you're at YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Be Shynin YouTube page so you can catch up every single week with Brian's World that drops every single Wednesday. Hustle and Shine in the morning content, mixes, beats, motivational minutes, all of that stuff. Anything incorporating Brian B. Shynin, you can find at the Be Shynin YouTube page. All right, this Sunday, I hope y'all ready to wake up a little bit early because, I'm probably talking to myself. We ain't used to these noon games as 12 o'clock sharp, Chiefs Colts. 5-6? Nah. This team's going 6-5 next week. I'm calling it right now. Anyway, holla at you next week on Brian's World. Until then, Kansas City, please continue to be a blessing. And Chiefs Kingdom, mount up!
Shut up.